freedom as an individual human being, to be free, to do your own thinking, to be your own person, that is lost. You have been taken over and you don't even know it. And he said that the reason why? Cause and effect. The people who are behind the scenes of government in this country, their greatest enemy is you.
Don't know what you're doing, don't know what you're thinking, stick to watching TV, then they'll just ignore you, leave you alone.
I think at one time or another we've all questioned as to whether all that we see and are experiencing in our world has some sort of a rational plan behind it. Because we understand now that both the Republican and the Democratic Party in our country are basically run by the same people. The same money finances both sides. We now know, of course, through the work of many historians who have spent their life working on research that show us that both sides of world conflicts have always been financed by the same people.
Question what you see, it's not reality. Question what you see and what you're told. You're dumbed down by TV, so full of apathy. Question everything and use your mind. Question what you see, it's not reality. Question what you see and what you're told. You're dumbed down by TV and full of apathy. Question everything and use your mind.
To do your own thinking, to be your own person, that is lost. You have been taken over and you don't even know it. And he said that the reason why is because you don't read, you don't think, you want to be entertained by Bugs Bunny, Big Top Pee-wee. All you want is your recapable tire, like he says, and all of your creature comforts, and you don't want to put yourself out, and so consequently, you have not defended your freedoms, and if you don't defend your freedoms and your rights, you don't have the words for it. Cause and effect. Cause and effect.
Worldwide fraternal organization that is powerful enough, old enough, and wise enough to operate behind all governments in the world, behind fraternal institutions, monetary systems in the world, and yes, they are in fact connected.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching The Echo, episode number 15. My name is Kumar Skiani. I am your host. We are going to have a wonderful...
I'm sorry, episode 18.
Episode 18. And I've been actually away for a couple of days, and that's why I totally forgot about the episode numbers. Thank you so much, Sam, for reminding me. But anyways, we are going to have a wonderful show for you tonight. The show tonight is about JFK's assassination. As you know, JFK was assassinated mysteriously. The president who echoed the information that they don't want you to know. But before I start the show, I just wanted to let you know that tonight we have two wonderful guests. On my right side is Matthew.
Yes, yes.
How are you, Matt?
I am very well, thank you.
Yes. And my left side is Derek. And,
Greetings.
which
Stuffed with turkey.
Yeah, yeah. How was your vacation?
It was too short, too far away, and too much food.
Yeah, too much food, huh? Too much food. Which I'm not sure about his nationality. I think he has some Persian blood going on, but anyways, he knows a lot about my culture, and maybe he should become an ambassador in Tehran once the regime is changed in Iran. But let's see. I mean, it depends. If I become like I don't know, like Ministry of Foreign Culture or something like that, he would be definitely the U.S. ambassador over there.
I want to head up the Department of Delicious. The food.
All right.
Food, Department
Yeah.
of Food,
Yeah.
Department of Buffet.
We'll see about that. We'll see about that. But let's get back to our main topic tonight, JFK. Why he was assassinated, and there are lots of rumor going on around his assassination. Definitely one of the biggest conspiracy in modern history of the United States and maybe in the world. But we all have some assumptions, and but I think one of the reasons was that JFK and obviously his brothers, they never let the secret societies to consume them. I mean, even though that their father didn't really have a very good history, just connection with the Nazi and things like that. But these brothers, and especially JFK, he did not want to give in, and he was pretty much independent. One of the speeches that I think might have been the reason of his assassination is ready for us, and if Sam could roll that for us, then you would know. The President Who Told the Truth is the title of the clip. Let's watch that clip together.
Yeah, I'm sorry to switch DVDs on that, so just give me a minute.
Okay. No problem, Sam. So
This is
Yeah.
kind of like the epicenter of conspiracies.
Yes.
You know, I mean, this is, and you know, it's funny because I've found so many other conspiracies that I haven't looked
yeah,
into the JFK one. So you know, this is going to be great for me to, you know,
Yeah.
get a little bit deeper into the JFK. But I've heard that there's a lot of things that have come out in recent months, like some
Yeah.
of the investigators for the FBI have said a bunch of stuff.
Yep.
And
Jesse Ventura.
I mean, you look at the Zooter film or whatever,
Yeah.
and
Zapruder.
you,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's like, huh? No, you know, I mean, his brain went the wrong direction for where the gun was supposed to be
Yeah.
fired.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
A lot of reasons behind his assassination. One of them was because he wanted to put us back on the silver standard.
Yes.
And
Greenback. Yeah.
and then that would have taken the power of money out of the
Yes.
hands of, the people who
Yes.
control money.
Yes.
what
exactly.
about smashing the CIA into a million pieces?
Yeah, they
that
weren't
might
that-
get you.
Ah,
That
yeah.
might get you in trouble.
Yeah.
And then of course there was Cuba.
Yeah.
He didn't want to invade, and then
Exactly.
they invaded, and then he was mad, and he was like, "We're not invading." So
Yep. Yeah.
And
That's
Video's ready?
yeah, okay.
Alrighty.
Let's watch the clip together.
yay, together.
President John F. Kennedy.
Ladies and gentlemen, the very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society, and we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, to secret oaths, and to secret proceedings. We decided long ago that the dangers of excessive and unwarranted concealment of pertinent facts far outweighed the dangers which are cited to justify it. Even today, there is little value in opposing the threat of a closed society by imitating its arbitrary restrictions. Even today, there is little value in ensuring the survival of our nation if our traditions do not survive with it. And there is very grave danger that an announced need for increased security will be seized upon by those anxious to expand its meaning to the very limits of official censorship and concealment. That I do not intend to permit to the extent that it's in my control. And no official of my administration, whether his rank is high or low, civilian or military, should interpret my words here tonight as an excuse to censor the news, to stifle dissent, to cover up our mistakes, or to withhold from the press and the public the facts they deserve to know. For we are opposed around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy that relies primarily on covert means for expanding its sphere of influence, on infiltration instead of invasion, on subversion instead of elections, on intimidation instead of free choice, on guerrillas by night instead of armies by day. It is a system which has conscripted vast human and material resources into the building of a tightly knit, highly efficient machine that combines military, diplomatic, intelligence, economic, scientific, and political operations. Its preparations are concealed, not published. Its mistakes are buried, not headlined. Its dissenters are silenced, not praised. 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 No expenditure is questioned, no rumor is printed, no secret is revealed. No president should fear public scrutiny of his program, for from that scrutiny comes understanding, and from that understanding comes support or opposition, and both are necessary. I am not asking your newspapers to support an administration, but I am asking your help in the tremendous task of informing and alerting the American people. For I have complete confidence in the response and dedication of our citizens whenever they are fully informed. I not only could not stifle controversy among your readers, I welcome it. This administration intends to be candid about its errors. For as a wise man once said, an error doesn't become a mistake until you refuse to correct it. We intend to accept full responsibility for our errors, and we expect you to point them out when we miss them. Without debate, without criticism, no administration and no country can succeed, and no republic can survive. That is why the Athenian lawmaker Solon decreed it a crime for any citizen to shrink from controversy. And that is why our press was protected by the First Amendment, the only business in America specifically protected by the Constitution, not primarily to amuse and entertain, not to emphasize the trivial and the sentimental, not to simply give the public what it wants, but to inform, to arouse, to reflect, to state our dangers and our opportunities, to indicate our crises and our choices, to lead, mold, educate, and sometimes even anger public opinion. This means greater coverage and analysis of international news, for it is no longer far away and foreign, but close at hand and local. It means greater attention to improved understanding of the news, as well as improved transmission. And it means, finally, that government at all levels must